I've been chomping at the bit for this game suggestion. You said you were going to play Raft. I haven't played this, but I've been watching it, and it's the new hotness. It's called Windrose. The year is 1750. It's a pre-release game, so it's not finished yet. It takes about 60 hours. You start off as kind of a bum on the beach with a dream. And like one of the first things you do is you break into a prison and free all the prisoners, and these will become your pirate crew. Then you and your prisoners go into the forest, you chop down some trees and stuff, and then you find a shipwreck and repair it. And then the game is like Sea of Thieves with combat, PvP, co-op play, etc. And you take your pirate ship to the oceans and start fucking shit up. I think you might like it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. This looks fun. It looks a bit like Sea of Thieves, better than Sea of Thieves, honestly, because Sea of Thieves is quite cartoonish. But yeah, this looks pretty fun.
Do your own research. I haven't played it.
It's actually like remember that game that came out by Ubisoft, Skull and Bones, and they were like quadruple A. We're charging so much, and it was some game you spent in the boat the whole time, or on Ubisoft menu systems, cluttered and ugly.
It was inferior to Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, and this game is a AA game, and it kind of is doing what like Helldivers did and Arc Raiders did, where it's a AA game. It's not full price. I don't know what the price of Windrose is, but these AA games
for 27.
Yeah, and it's like Expedition 33. These AA games have come and fucked up the industry, and it's so important because everyone was really focused on chasing Fortnite, or then they tried to jump on the extraction shooter thing, and they're really trying to find that. And I feel like a game like this, where it's just people doing what the gamers want, and I've had this with Crimson Desert. It came out. It's not, a publisher that I was really familiar with. I never played Black Desert Online, and it's just like a huge super full single player experience. And I feel like we needed this. I feel like the game industry was getting really ugly. It probably, I feel like, peaked out. Maybe Anthem was the beginning of the reckoning, but it's been years in the making. And it seems the tools for AA companies are getting better, because I'm not a pirate guy. And I'm not like, oh, the pirate genre is underrepresented, and I would love to. But Black Flag's like my favorite Assassin's Creed. And this game just actually looked really compelling. It looked good. I was like, oh, I'd fuck with that pirate game.
What's a AA game? What's that mean?
Not like in the, I guess, 100 million figure. Maybe the development team is like 60 people, not like 300. Don't quote me on any of these numbers, but that's how it's been operating in my head canon of what it is.
Like Expedition 33 is a prime example. Like as soon as I played that, I played maybe 3 hours, and I was like, I came back on here and I was like, that's the game of the year. That's the game of the year. That's the coolest game I've played in so long. That's so different. And it won game of the year. Expedition 33 is tremendous. I love Helldivers too. I played a ton of Sea of Thieves, but it was hard to get my friends like invested in it. They didn't want to like live the pirate life, I guess. I like just cruising in the ship and all of us playing our instruments and sailing in and fighting a kraken and stuff. I really enjoyed all that shit. I'm looking for something new, like I said. But
multiplayer.
I like it when it's co-op. Yeah, I like. I don't necessarily need to play a game like Marathon, like an extraction shooter or a shooter in general, but I like it when we're all chipping in our own way, even if we're all not clicking on heads. Like if we really need a guy who will just stay back and organize and like catalog things or whatever. Like I like that there's a lot of busy work, a lot of time invested, and a game progression is super important to me. Like I always want to be earning and getting that new thing, but I don't want it to be so far out of reach that it's impossible, that I'm going to burn out before I ever get it. Battlefield 6 had that issue where it's like, oh my God, like to platinum this weapon or whatever, it's like 100 hours on just one weapon. That's crazy town. But like I've been playing Phasmophobia a ton recently. I played like 100 hours in a week or something like that. I really like that.
I played well, it's not new, but Backrooms Escape Together, I think it's called. That was, dude, we should play that. That was hilarious, that game.
I think you played a different one than I played. There's a couple of them. I think I played Escape from the Backrooms or something like that.
Yeah, they're all funny little jumbles of words to say Backrooms and Escape. But I played Backrooms Escape together. I remember because I bought the wrong one and refunded it. There's literally 5,000 Backrooms games on Steam.
Yeah.
Harley was talking about how people have shifted away from AAA. I don't share the hate against AAA games. I worry that we're moving towards a sort of era in gaming where AAA is dead. And I like Marathon. I like how well done that is. I can see the $250 million budget that put that together, and they sold it to me for 40. I love it. Grand Theft Auto, is the budget on that $2 billion? Is the budget?
And they're in a rough spot because there is no way for GTA 6 to stand up to expectations.
There's no way. I'm so happy it's not my job. I'm so happy it's not my job to make that.
Josh,
game.
I know you're not a gamer, but GTA 5 came out in 2011.
I Googled it to fact check myself. It said between 2 and 3 billion.
It's the most expensive game ever made because GTA 5, which came out in 2011, 2012, if I want to say. Something like that. So decade and a half ago, and now they're trying to follow it up, and with the best GTA ever. People's expectations are going to be out of line. There's no way they match
How
up.
much did GTA 5 make for them to spend 2 or 3 billion on this?
More than 2 or 3 billion.
A crazy amount.
One of the highest selling games ever. And beyond that, there were a lot of the people who really enjoyed the game, which seemed to be everyone. I didn't play much. Would spend more in-game money, for in-game items and stuff. They paid $60 for the game and then another $60 for stuff in the game.
Sure.
But Woody, where does that if you're spending $2 billion on a game, where does that money go? It's all development?
No, there's some marketing in there and there's buildings and whatever. It's a big company that makes it, but it's a lot of it's development, and what's going to drop is a really polished game in a really big city, a huge environment where so much of that environment was you watch a movie, you sort of absorb it once, maybe more than once, and that's it, real surface level. In a video game, gamers push up against every single wall. They lift every rock. They see every jump angle. It is hard to get a game right because people are going to spend 1,000 hours inspecting it for mistakes, and there'll be millions of people doing that. So I like a really well thought out AAA smash hit game. And the fans seem to be moving away from that.
And isn't it going to be the first game that's $100?
They haven't announced the price, but I think you're right.
Well, I thought that Ubisoft game I referenced was more expensive. I thought that was a $99 game.
My little
Skull and Bones.
Games have shifted to Marathon was $40, Arc Raiders was $40. I thought games were getting cheaper, which is wild. But GTA is going to be expensive.
I like the indie game market because it's putting pressure on the AAA guys.
Do you think you'll look into Winrose more? See if it catches your fancy?
The pirate game.
Yes.
When's it? Yeah, I think so. Especially if it's something that my friends
it just came out
want to play.
As pre-release. It's a game that I guess we'll get. It's an early access game. That's what the words I'm looking for. But you can get it now. They're selling it for 10% off, $30, $27.
I'll do that. Yeah, because I'm actively looking for something. I'm kind of done with Phasmophobia. I've mastered it. I've done everything I think that I want to do there. I was looking at another game called Demonologist, which is kind of the exact same thing, except scarier, and it looks a little better, and you can actually kill the ghost at the end. You you burn them up and kill them supernatural style. I played some Squad this morning. My sleep schedule is atrocious. I stayed up all night, and when it was time to go to bed, I was I had watched a Squad YouTube video, and I was like, do I own Squad? I didn't. And I was like, well, I could. And so I bought Squad at 7 a.m. after being up all night and played it till 9 in the morning.
Is it a shooter?
Yeah, Squad is the ultimate old man shooter because it is a real simulator with command structures and squads and real world vehicles and scenarios. So you can do US versus name a country. I saw most of the server. I played I think China versus the US last night. And it's just like so big, and you're just like one little piece in the war. If you think Battlefield makes you feel inconsequential, play Squad. Now you're just an ant on an ant hill, you know, like there's stuff to do, but it's a little bit slow if you're not like plugged into the chain of command and have people to tell you, go here, do that, do this, do that, do that. So I was pretty lost trying to play Squad.
I wish you liked Marathon. I'd like playing, but
it looks too hard for me, honestly. Like I don't want to get good at shooting right now. I don't know. I like Tarkov because I can get cheap kills on people when I'm like sharpening my skills like early, like so it doesn't beat me down so badly with loss after loss after loss. You can get a few ambushes in, maybe even like camp somebody out or something and get some lucky kills here and there, and it makes you feel good. But I feel like in Marathon, I'm so rusty for shooters that I would just be getting pooped on for weeks before I like dialed in.
You probably would be.
It could happen. So. One of the most important things in Marathon is to be really disciplined about engaging in gunfights. Like if you can't answer this question, why do I have the advantage? Don't take that fight. Mm-hmm. Don't take a fair fight. Don't take a fight where you're pushing some guy on the roof. Be the guy on the roof. And if you can't answer why that you're most likely to win, you know, if it's a fair fight, do you have a huge gear advantage? You can tell what their shield is when you shoot them. Mm-hmm. I'll stop talking about Marathon. But yeah, it's so much of it is good decision making. Good decision makers beat people with better mechanics.
Hell Let Loose Vietnam is doing, I think, beta signups right now. This is the trailer for it. It looks real good.
Really?
I've never played a Vietnam game that was any good. But this has given me like,
is Hell Let Loose an older series?
And
like Vietnam is just this version?
Correct. Yeah, that's the case. I think that the last game that was Hell Let Loose I played was the World War II game, because I think I did you can do like tank stuff. I think I remember being part of like a tank crew in Hell Let Loose last time I played that. But this is Vietnam, obviously, which, again, I've never played a good Vietnam game. I'd be down for that.
I looked at it and I'm like, iron sight after iron sight after like not even a sight, because it's an RPG and it's just a rough indicator of the general direction it's going to go. And I was like, I miss, my red dots.
Isn't everybody forced into iron sight a little bit fun though?
No, I like some scopes. I like something.
Well,
I bet there's
weapons, just not their machine.
It's definitely fair if everyone has the same sights like that. I can get on board with fun. Well, that's in the eye of the beholder.
I guess there's less to grow to.
I'm like, the thing about an iron sight is it like basically covers your eyes for everything below the target. And I'm like, don't cover my eyes during a gunfight. Give me a good red dot where I can see his whole body and like what's going on. But
yeah, it's like shooting the do you remember the MG42 and what was it? Was it World at War? Was it Modern Warfare 2? That LMG you could get where just looking through it, maybe it was COD 4, where it had decent damage, but you couldn't see a fucking thing on the screen when you were ADS.
Yeah,
probably the MP44 in COD 4. It was the level 55 unlock that just stunk. It's that World War II machine gun,
maybe
German machine gun.
Yeah.